Hello and welcome to the Brass Ring Production channel. I'm Angie Hollerick, and we are continuing our Insights from the Experts series. And today I have a good friend of mine, Angela Horn, who is the CEO of MediaScript. Angela and I have known each other for many, many years, and I felt that her company and her insights would be of value to all of you who are in business, whether you're one person business owner or you have thousands of employees. Welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing this for a while, haven't we?
We sure have. I think forever.
Yes. Well, I find your business fascinating.
Thanks.
I think one of the reasons because I'm a trainer,
Right.
and I really see the value of what it is that you do in all areas of business.
Right.
So could you give our watchers a little bit of an insight as to when your company started and what kind of products and services you started with, and then we'll kind of get into something new that's happening that I'm really excited about.
Okay. So we started in August of 2009, and we really started out specializing in compliance-based e-learning solutions. The solution that we use allows for the message, whether it's training, product information, shareholder information, to stay consistent all the way through the process, from the top down, basically. It can be viewed anywhere, whether it's in that boardroom or in a convention center, to a handheld device, your smartphone, tablet, any of those.
Well, you mentioned compliance.
Yes.
Which we all know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, my history has been with the financial industry,
Right.
so I know all about the compliance department. I know that that's where you started,
Right.
and was it with CEU credits and with like ISO training and that type of thing? Is that where your niche was when you first got in the business?
We predominantly concentrated in there. I would say it was more in the healthcare side of things initially when we started, but it has sort of evolved as you know, anything evolves with business. You have to stay constantly moving and ahead of trends, or you're going to fall behind.
And providing opportunities.
Right. Because
Because if you niche yourself into an industry that goes away, you're in trouble.
Yes.
So I do know, if I remember correctly, didn't you have a client that was actually demoing in the medical field? Wasn't that one of your clients where they were actually showing how to do a surgery or how to do?
Yes. They use that for a lot of the lectures for continuing ed credits. We have a client that utilizes it right now for their nursing programs. You know, I think the one that you actually saw was a transesophageal echo.
Right.
So, you know, you can show anything from the echocardiogram itself, which is nice about our solution, is it's a little different. You not only have the video component as well as the audio, but you have the data window, and data can be anything from a DVD, such as that. I think that's what they were using at the time, to PowerPoint, to smart boards, blackboards, you know, any of that type of stuff.
So basically, it can be live, but then if someone misses it?
Yes, then they can view it on demand. Okay. And what sets ours apart is that there's no pre or post-production work, other than maybe lopping off the first part of it, or the ending a little bit, cleaning it up in that sense. But it's typically available within a minute of the conclusion of the class. And the viewer can not only, they could be in part of the live stream, but say they were called away, they could log right back in and pick up right where they left off.
Well, I know that because we are sort of in the same industry. I do training and curriculum development. We sort of brainstormed and bounced ideas off of each other. Primarily, that type of usage of your system would be universities and medical associations, et cetera.
Right.
How would a corporation use the streaming?
I think, you know, the window is really open on that. You know, like I said, shareholder information is especially if it's a public traded company, down to HR, because there are compliance, as you know, there's compliance-based issues on the HR side of things, as well as you know, what's going on in the healthcare industry right now. That information is constantly evolving with your healthcare products and services.
Sure. Or just people needing the information and not knowing where to get it.
Right.
And having the experts that can update information. So I'm assuming it can not only be out there, but it can be updated, correct?
Yes, it can.
Well, what I find so fascinating about your product is I've been a trainer for many, many years, those of you who know me, And the e-learning that I've always seen has been just someone opens and they have to read. And as you know, in your line of business, as I know, we learn differently.
Yes.
We have people who learn by listening, auditory.
Right.
We have very visual learners,
Right.
and then we have kinesthetic, which is the very feeling learning. And your system incorporates
Right.
all of those dynamics.
Yes.
Rather than just, because if you have me open up an e-learning where you're just reading, you just might as well shoot me. Because that is not how I learn.
Right. Yeah.
And in a perfect world, I would be in a room with a live trainer.
Right.
But yours is the closest thing to that I've seen.
Yes.
Which I find fascinating.
Right.
And one of the things that I've always admired about you is you don't pigeonhole yourself. You have found other avenues and other companies that this particular system would be of value. So I know you've approached churches, associations, organizations
Right.
that have to get information out, which leads us to what I'm excited about, which
Right.
is this particular product that we're using today,
Yes.
and it's your own channel.
Yes. Yes. Your branded internet TV channel.
Yes. So explain a little bit about that.
Well, it really is what you just said. It's a branded internet TV channel. It is yours. It basically adds, I think, a little extra level of credibility to you. So if someone is searching for Angie Hollerick Brass Ring, Productions,
right?
not only will your site come up, but also your channel will come up. And it could vary in the order. Your channel could come up higher depending on who's following you, because you can embed it into Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And everyone that follows you on those sites, constantly is getting communication from you.
And a baby boomer like me who went kicking and screaming into the 21st century, it's easy to use.
Yes.
And
it
it's
is.
not something that requires me to seek help.
No.
Talk to my 16-year-old grandkids
Yes.
on how to do this stuff.
Right.
So where have you found an interest in this? Because in my mind, I'm thinking it could be great for member services for an organization or an association that wants to have added value to their members.
Right.
It would be good for a small company like myself, who's a one-man office,
Right.
who has to do the marketing and the PR and the sales and the product delivery, the curriculum development. So it allows me to look bigger,
Yes,
look
it
like
does.
a bigger organization. And then you have these global, national and global companies that need to reach a whole lot of people
Right.
to give information that's consistently, it's sort of a living, breathing
Yes.
thing going on when
Right.
you have a company.
Yes.
Because constantly, you're not stagnant, you're constantly moving forward. And in my mind, this is a great opportunity for really any level of organization.
Yes. And I think the key to this is that your SEO grows organically
Right.
with the system.
For those of us who are illiterate, what is an SEO?
Oh, search engine optimization.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I don't.
And there's different ways to optimize your system. You can have companies do it for you,
Right.
which
It's
sometimes
expensive.
is expensive.
Right,
It's time
right.
consuming, and sometimes Google doesn't like that so much. Then there's what they call organic SEO, where it's when people are searching for you and they're finding you or they're
Right.
following you, and that's all done in an organic manner.
Okay.
And so those types of things is more, I guess it's just better, all
Sure.
the way around for the person themselves or the organization to know that everyone's following them, in a more holistic way.
Right. So do you feel that it's cost effective for, I know for me it was very reasonable, but I think that you sort of get what you pay for.
Yes.
And the benefit of what's in it for me is always important, because if someone can talk about what types of benefits something new is to me, but to actually see it in action, I really saw that that for very little investment, you can get a lot of bang for your buck.
Yes, and you can have it as a full HD production. You can come into a studio and utilize the technology to simply using your iPhone or your smartphone, or
Right.
an Android device, and using an app, and
Oh,
actually
really?
being
Right.
able to be in the field and stream whatever it is that you want to stream at that point. So whether the event is large and it's going to be a huge production, to just a small, intimate setting, you can do any of those things.
So this is available now.
Yes, it is. We launched it April 1st, and which is today. So yeah, we're really excited about that, and you can fully brand your page to look almost just like your website, or if you want something different, you can do that as well. You can constantly loop programming that has already been archived, as well as having live streams and having those upcoming streams posted on there, so that it goes out to your followers, so that you really generate that audience and lend that credibility to yourself.
Right. So in a nutshell, to paraphrase, Angela's looking for associations and corporations, churches, entrepreneurs, small, medium, and large-sized business.
Yep, anyone.
Pretty much anyone out there that is interested in the type of exposure that it will differentiate yourself, because
Right.
not everybody is doing this. It's brand new, so I
Yes.
think you want to sort of get on the cusp of that.
Right.
You don't want to wait until the trend is gone,
Yes.
obviously. So how can someone get a hold of you if they are interested in hearing more?
So they could reach me at Angela at MediaScript.LLC.com, or visit our website, and it has more information there on our site as well.
Great. All
Okay.
right. Thank you very
Thanks.
much. And
Thanks
thank
for
you
having
all
me.
for watching. We'll be back next month with another topic that will help you be a better entrepreneur. Thank you.
Thanks.